All right, another week around the trash fire. Your host Mathias, along with the boy.
John.
Well, Warhammer Day has come and passed.
Yes. All 40K.
All
All,
40k, and I think you pretty much called everything. I was
yeah.
wrong on a
It was
lot of
quite
this stuff.
predictable.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it was. I mean, we all knew the Cadians or the Imperial Guard things were gonna happen,
Mhm.
since they are the last original army out there.
Yep, that needs an update.
I was very glad to, not hear anything about 10th edition coming.
Yes.
That was a bit worrisome.
It's happening next June.
Oh, well, yeah, yes.
Yeah. But thankfully not soon.
I'm just glad they didn't announce it. But we all know it's coming. We all know it's coming very soon.
Yes. Yes.
Well, I think we should just dive right into Warhammer Fest then.
Yeah.
So, looking at the first thing here, we got boarding action, which is just
Yeah,
one
we
of the
got
things they want to show off with the terrain.
Zone Mortalis for 40K. It is interesting.
Look at all that
I think
terrain that you want to paint.
yeah. I wonder if, well, first off, this is coming with a campaign book, Arks of Omen or whatever. Or is that a different article? Never mind. This is just the terrain.
That's a
Yeah, this
different
is a cool
article.
terrain set. I believe they mentioned in the stream that this is two of the kill team. So like the kill team box just came out into the dark, and I believe they mentioned that this box will contain two sets of what's in there.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want that terrain, this is
This
the
is the
buy
thing to
for that.
get.
Yeah. However, it does not have the rules for playing kill team into the dark or kill team Space Hulk or Zomertal's kill team. So you'd have to acquire those rules elsewhere. But if you just want the terrain and not the models, and you just want more terrain, then this is the pack to go with.
To go. Yep. Well, interesting stuff to come out. We also got the bases, so you can be more in tune with
Some full
this
matching bases.
the Space Hulk. It's got that. It's got some bits and pieces as well. But other than that, not something I'm too interested in getting.
Yeah, it's a cool thing to announce, but nothing crazy game breaking
It's all for those
with this.
kill team fanatics out there.
Yep, or the people who want to play close quarters 40K,
True.
which we will talk about soon.
Well, we might as well bring it up. Then we got the next article here: Arks and Omen, Arks of Omen. Sorry,
Yes.
the next narrative. The in the 40k storyline here.
Yeah, and it comes with the rules for fighting 40K battles in the close confines of this new terrain set, like inside spaceships and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Which will be interesting to see. 40k in a different setting.
Yeah.
But not setting. What's the word I'm looking for?
Environment?
Environment. There we go.
There you go. So yeah, another campaign book to add to the slew of campaign books.
Well, that's GW makes their money off all these narrative books.
Yeah.
Pretty much all their books.
They did mention that this will not contain any rules for your armies. So no new army lists or relics or any of that. And they did mention they took note from the lack of positive reception from the previous books having rules and said, yeah, we're not going to do that anymore. At least not with this one.
That is a bold tactic. Because I don't know how big the narrative scene is. The crusade rule, everything like that.
A lot of people seem to play it from the groups I'm on. Lots of home gamers playing Crusade. And I think this one, I think, is more interesting than the like. If the other books were just campaign stuff, it wouldn't be as exciting. But this one has the rules for Zone Mortalis 40k. And by Zone Mortalis, I mean the spaceship stuff. It's called Zone Mortalis and Heresy. They've had rules for that for a while. And 40k getting this, I think that's the most interesting part of the book for sure. Is 40k getting these rules.
Yeah, I think I might get it just to test it out. Just to see the different experience.
Yeah. I do wonder if they'll start pushing this in terms of competitive events. I doubt it. I mean, we don't even know for sure it's going to be what point size it is. Some people are mentioning that, speculating it's going to be 1,000 points or less, maybe 1,500 points. But I can't imagine 2,000 points of this. And I hope it's interesting because I'll be honest, I played a good amount of Zone Mortalis 30k, and it's kind of fun to look at like the first couple of times, but in terms of gameplay, it's not that fun, I think. Again, you play it because it's cool. It's not really a fun game experience in my experience.
Why wasn't it fun?
Just because of the nature of the board. It's a maze, and being a strategy game, you know where the maze goes. So the game gets very predictable. Like, of course, there's an objective here, and there's 3 hallways that can go in, and oh look, they're closing on this hallway, so they'll probably come from here, kind of thing. And it's easy to bottleneck and stuff. And again, it looks cool. Don't get me wrong. It's that fun, cool experience of fighting a spaceship boarding action, and it's having clumps of dudes or aliens at this rate trying to fight through hallways. But in terms of gameplay, the strategy isn't. It's more predictable unless they introduce rules that make it less predictable, like more deep striking, going through walls and stuff. But yeah, it's from when I at its very basic level, it's not the most, doesn't have a lot of replayability, I think, if you're in it for the gameplay. But for the experience and the look of fighting in a spaceship, it's super cool.
Well, should it make it into the mainstream 40k, aka tournament scene, I would expect there to be something like in the card games, like an extra deck kind of deal. Because a lot of armies, depend on vehicles and things, and I don't think you can have vehicles in such tight corridors. So
yep.
I don't think they would add any. I don't think the tournament would add something like that.
Yeah, unless you have a specific event that just has this, but I don't see it going mainstream. Also, the terrain, you need very specific terrain for this. It's not like the regular 40k where you can use pretty much anything for it. This requires a specific set of buildings to use. So yeah, I doubt it's gonna be mainstream.
Yeah, it'll be done at narrative events, but competitive play, I doubt it. Unless they implement a new system, which would just cause more complications to the game, in my opinion. But it is cool to see for a narrative perspective. As someone who has never played Zone Mortalis, I look forward to seeing how it plays out.
Yeah, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's fun. It's not unfun. It's just long term. It's
not something you want to play like everyday kind of deal, right?
Exactly. It's not something to play every day if you play 40k frequently, for sure.
Understandable. Well, from that, we can move on to the next thing. Uh, we did say that there was going to be a World Eater, and here we go.
Here we go.
Lord Invictus. We got our World Eater on a Blood Crusher. I think that's what this thing's called.
Yes, and on the trailer, there, if you go on 40 seconds in, you see other blood crushers behind. But however, that does look like chaos demons, so not necessarily world eaters. But it's a good addition. It's a cool model.
Those are definitely bloodletters.
Yeah. The I think the article mentions it's a multi-kit. For sure the stream said it was a multi-kit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that this is going to be it's a cool redesign of the old model.
I didn't even realize that we had a model.
Yeah, the really derpy old one. So this is a great improvement.
I kind of like the old model.
It has its charm. I hope
But
it
yeah,
comes with a unit. That would be great.
you can help what?
I hope it comes with a unit.
I'm sure it'll come with you. I'm sure it'll be like the equivalent of Outriders.
Yes, please.
Probably a bit slower, but would probably actually do something in combat.
You're right, unlike Outriders.
But yep, it was the only thing in World Eaters we got. I was actually expecting a little bit more World Eaters.
Yeah, it seems like they're drip feeding World Eater stuff like they did with Voltan. So fine with me.
Fine with me. I mean, they're
Use the
what?
spotter
They're
for new
winter,
model.
right?
Unclear. They may be 2023. Guard, I think, are before winter. World Eaters may be early 2023.
Yeah, I think they said World Eaters were winter. Was winter, so that could be all the way in January,
Yep.
February. So
Yep.
either way, very good looking model. It's about time Korn gets some good redesigns here.
Yes.
Too bad it's not the demons.
Yes. Oh gosh, blood letters.
Moving on from that, something I did call just the wrong faction here. We did get a Imperial Guard box set, which is all Cadia.
Yes, lots of new models for guard. Basic guardsman gets an update.
Yes, they do. So we can hear at the shock troopers, or not the shock troopers.
Yeah, the shock troopers.
Yeah, sorry. All brand new kits, all brand new molds. Looking good. Not all the same model.
Yeah, I mean, I really like it. First off, I really like it. This is a great remake of the classic kit. I do hope they still keep the old kit for variety, and the ultimate hope, which I doubt is going to happen, is they release a easy build version if you just want dudes with las guns and dudettes with las guns. Because I don't want to, again, right? I don't want to pay for a kit if hypothetically if I played guard, I don't want to. If I just want guardsman bodies, I don't want to pay for the extra bits.
Mm-hmm.
I just want the option because guard is an army where you could conceivably have a lot of guardsmen, like a ton of guardsmen. But if the box comes with all these bits, it's gonna jack up the price.
Well,
Even
isn't that what
even
they
if the
did
box
with
was worth.
the original Cadian set? Didn't they add in more bits to the original
Yeah, they
box?
did. Yep, they did. And maybe they could sell the old box without the modifications and keep it cheap. If players want the option of just having a ton of lasgun bodies. and not worry about the special weapons. That's my desire. I think all these bits. I mean, it's great for kill team or from a modeling perspective, but from a 40K gameplay perspective, again, even if the box was a magical price of like $30, which is not going to happen, it's way too cheap. But if I could pay $20 instead and not have the extra weapons, and I need 100 guardsmen, I'd rather do that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
So,
understand. But I don't know if they'll keep the original box set.
yeah,
It's highly unlikely. Easy to
yeah,
build? I'd still say highly unlikely.
yeah. That's highly unlikely. I wish that was a thing, but yeah, it is. I wouldn't keep my hopes up for that. That's just the issue with redoing kits like these is you're adding quality where it's not even you're adding variety. That's the better. Quality is fine, or quality is never bad. It's a variety. Sometimes you don't need variety. You just need bodies. I
Right.
think Gene's Lord cults have that problem where you have this amazing kit that's amazing for Necro and Kill Team because of all the options. But if you want to spam Neophyte hybrids, well, you gotta be paying this full price kit that has options that you may not even use. So, but that's my only complaint. Other than that, it's an amazing looking kit. The command squad looks great. Well, and these guys are just all of these are way better proportioned than the old guardsmen. They don't look stocky or have short, squished legs. You know, they look like they have better proportions, which I really like.
You mean they look human?
Yes, they look human. The humans look human, and this hypes me for regular humans, Age of Sigmar.
As they're finally getting it down.
Yes, they're finally getting it down. Man, they look awesome.
They look good. They look good. But moving on from that command squad, something I believe is new. Yeah, we got some artillery pieces here.
Yeah, artillery has always been there for IG, mostly Forge World. And I think they used to have random rules for Earthshaker batteries and all that, but this is the first time we see heavy artillery as a mainline unit with a mainline kit for guard, and it looks cool.
Definitely getting some historical vibes here. That's what.
Oh yeah.
But it's good. So new units here. I guess they were Forge World, but I've never seen any guard player use artillery.
Yeah.
But we're getting that. Sentinels. Getting just an update. Really.
Yeah, I actually don't care about Sentinels, but if I like Sentinels, I would be happy.
Yeah. We got ourselves a new commissar. Kind of generic pose,
Yeah,
but it's whatever.
well proportioned, which I like.
He's got his commander rock.
Yep.
So. And then heavy weapons team got updated as well.
Yes.
So they're not getting rid of the heavy weapon teams option.
And I think it's its own kit, which I prefer that this is its own kit and not combined with a guard team. So you could either add them to your squads or combine them or use them as a heavy weapons team.
Oh, I would hate it if this was like part of that artillery team.
No, no, no. I mean the regular guardsman squad.
Oh, the regular guardsmen. So, okay, sorry. But yeah, everything looks good, as you know it should. Guardsmen, basic humans. Yeah, I would agree that they probably needed a line update. Not a major one, but a line update is very welcome here.
Yes.
I believe that is it, and then there's some rules as well, which I'm not really gonna go over. But
Something interesting about the rules though is they're going away with the regiment rules. They're just doing customize your own regiment kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
And they give recommendations like if you play Deathcore, this is what they would probably use. And essentially the thing they're referencing is that it's in old editions you could mix and match guard regiments, which was kind of the point of guard back or in the lore. It's in that guard. There's no standard guard army. It's composed of different regiments, and
Hmm.
this lets you build an army composed of different regiments. And obviously, you could have a coherent army. You can have an all deathcore army if you want, but this lets you. It encourages more of just fielding what you have and mixing and matching, and then getting a rule for your whole army.
Well, it's nice that they do it that way, but I I'm still disappointed in the box nonetheless. Going over the box that they're releasing, I mean, it's pretty much all brand new models, so you're getting a good deal out of it. I just wish it was a different regiment. I wish it wasn't Cadia. I think I
You
had
mentioned this
wished
release.
it was for Vostrolians, but overall, I don't think guard players will be too disappointed in this box
Yeah,
set.
and 30K players too. I mean, Imperial Army uses this kind of armor,
Hmm.
so this is also for the Heresy players like myself who want to do an Imperial Army. This would fit pretty pretty well with minimal conversion, to be quite honest. But yeah, it would be nice to have new regiments, but I guess they're just sticking with the familiarity of Cadians, and I can see them releasing more regiments in the future, like they did with Death Corps and all that, like a squad or something. I mean, they
Yeah,
did Imperial Navy for Kill Team, so
yeah. Well, I think that's what is going to be happening from now on. I think I think Cadia will be the primary. Uh, I mean, not like they weren't already the primary regiment for 40K,
right,
but I feel like IG will be the Chaos Colts in Warcry. You know, they're gonna be the ones who get a different faction
right,
every time because there's so many regiments in the Guardsman area faction.
right.
So all in all, good stuff. And speaking of kill team, oh, I jumped the gun there. Uh, I retract my statement. Moving on to the next article. We got this. This is the end of the stream here. It's teased. Demon in the Machine.
Dark Mechanicum calling it now. What else would it be, right? It's Dark Mechanicum.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It took me a moment to figure out what it could be, and then that's when the thought came into my brain, and I'm like, I hope to God it is not Dark Mechanicum. Now, I know what you're thinking. Yeah, Dark Mechanicum would be hyped. But we just had the Votan stuff. Votan didn't go over too well. Are we really ready for another new army?
Oh yeah, Games Workshop is gonna do it.
Oh, I know
Or-
Games Workshop's gonna do it. I mean,
yeah,
there's no shot. I mean, the only thing about Dark Mechanicum that they have over Votan is Dark Mechanicum is in 30K, right?
yes, Dark Kite, yeah, yeah, from a lore perspective, yes, 30 Dark Mechanicum isn't 30K. There are no Dark Mechanicum models or rules. We do have actually my army that I play, House Malanax or the Xanadu Forge World. They are one of the first Dark Mechanicum Forge Worlds, and they have a Dark Mechanicum. One of the founders of the Dark Mechanicum is a character, and he does not look like if you saw him, you wouldn't instantly think Dark Mechanicum. You would just think Mechanicus.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing really. I mean, he looks sinister and creepy, but so do basic tech priests. And there's nothing really Dark Mechanicum about him. But yeah, it isn't 30K. And the thing with Dark Mechanicum, but you make a good point that it's another whole new army, but I could see it being an expansion of the Chaos Space Marine army, or they could just do another AdMech army and go ham and f everything, right? So
Well, I would just assume they'd take the Mechanicum stuff and just be like dark shock priests. That's what
no,
these are.
I think they're gonna do something like more demon engines and stuff. I think so. The easy route is they just do the 30K stuff and make it demonic, because a lot of 90%, 95%, 99%, yeah, 99% of the Mechanicum army list in 30K isn't in 40K. There's like one unit that you could proxy, which is the Castellax. You could use the Castellan robots, but Myrmidons, Thalax, Ursarax, Domitars, Thanatars are like my favorite unit right now in 30K in my army. None of them are in AdMech. So I can imagine them doing demon versions of those in for this army.
Mm-hmm.
So just go ham on the demon. That would be actually kind of cool, because I mean in 30K there's enough data sheets that you could field a Legio Cybernetica army, which is just all robots. You have your tech priests as your HQs, and everything is a robot. And that would be kind of cool if they do Legio Cybernetica for this Dark Mechanicum release and go from there, where they just go ham on the demon engines.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm going with. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in 30K that they'll probably just pull over into the 40K with the, slight variant and changes to them, of course. Will it be balanced? I don't know. Forge World stuff's not really ever too balanced, but
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to be GW designing this, so maybe they'll actually have some balance, but maybe not. Who knows? They did do the Votan apology, so
true. But I am cautiously optimistic if this is Dark Mechanicus, because on one hand, it's cool that they're finally coming into the 40K universe as like an actual army and not just a here's my Mechanicus army, but in reality they're Dark Mechanicus. But again, I brought up Votan. Votan was pretty broken. And do we really need another army in 40K right now? After we've already gotten 2 new armies this year. We got the Votan and we got World Eaters.
yeah. Yes, the answer is yes.
Okay, well, there we go. Answer is yes. We need another army.
Like more stuff is there's more options I think.
From a casual standpoint, yes. Let me rephrase this. As a casual standpoint, adding Dark Mechanicus, completely fine. Go for it. It does not hurt the game too much in a casual sense. Competitive sense, I think it right now too soon.
Oh yeah, totally understandable.
But I mean, there was really nothing said about this, so for all we know, this is coming out sometime next year. Well, I mean, obviously it's going to be coming out next year, but probably like way down the line. 10th edition, probably.
Yeah, probably at 10th edition or right before 10th edition. Maybe it's going to be an in-between army. Who knows?
Yeah. I would assume then.
Yeah.
Or if anything, probably was the 10th edition box set being revealed right here.
That would be interesting if 10th edition had Dark Mech and Space Marines.
But that's my thoughts and opinions on that. So Dark Mechanicus possibly coming sometime next year. Moving on to the next thing. Kill team. John called this one. It is the IG versus Necrons. And we got the what do they call this? Casterkin unit.
Yeah, this is amazing. I mean, I'm happy I called this, but I didn't know how cool it would be. I am 100% picking this up. This is the first kill team box where I'm excited for everything. I like the terrain. Kazakin look dope. The Necrons are cool enough for me to want, and I solo my Necrons, so this would be cool to have a mini Necron kill team with the new rules. Yeah, the Khazar can look amazing. I mean, they don't look that in terms of gameplay. They really need to distinguish themselves from the veteran guards kill team.
Mm-hmm.
But I think if they have something where they can't take any extra individuals, because veteran guardsmen and Imperial Navy breachers could take extra troops. But if these guys can't, and they just have better rules or more elite, that would be cool. But the models look great, and right now I am really in this kill team. Not hype, but yeah, I'm excited for kill team. Being able just the feeling of I just finished my trader guard kill team, and that feeling of completing the squad was like great. So I am very excited to work on to get these guys and play with them. Play with them.
Yeah, I like the box set. I'm a little disappointed in the Necrons because
Yeah.
that's the one I would hope they would do the most with, but like most no, I'm gonna not say that. I was gonna say like most undead factions, it's pretty standard. But me looking at that one Underworlds team, I mean the Graveguard looked amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, I
So
think
I don't know why they couldn't make the Necrons a little more distinct.
I mean these are all existing kits. I think that's the answer to your question. These are not new. None of these are new models.
Not the okay, not the three models here.
No, though that's so this is interesting. So if are you talking about the bugs and the cryptech that's hunched over?
Well, I mean, I know the Cryptek Tunch over I think is new, and then I know the bugs I think are just on different terrain.
So the bugs are the ones from Indominus. Those are 100% the same bugs.
Mm-hmm.
The cryptech is a limited edition model. Remember that guy?
No, I don't.
The limited edition cryptech. Did you pick him up? I think you picked him up.
I don't think so.
Let me link it, and you'll be like, "Oh, that guy! What the hell, Games Workshop? You really are reselling this guy?" Let me uh, let me
Yeah,
link
go ahead
it.
and send me that link. Oh, the crypt. No, not that. That's not that Cryptek.
You get it?
You put it in the new section here. Yes, you did. All right, let's see what we got here. Exclusive anniversary model.
I think that's that guy with a different. Oh, maybe it's not. Maybe it's the. Maybe it is the.
Oh yeah, I definitely did not pick this up.
Yeah, it's not him. Maybe it's the.
And I'm pretty sure
Guy
this
from
guy's
Indominus.
new. I think this is the besides the. No, I never built Immortals. I think him and this Immortal with the little bling on him are new.
So actually, that for now sure. So the immortal is a upgrade sprue. So this is crazy. So the immortals are death marks
Yes.
are it's the standard kit with an upgrade sprue, like how they did with Chaos Space Marines and Tau and the Primaris infiltrators.
Mm-hmm.
But it's crazy because this is a 10-year-old kit that they're giving an upgrade sprue for, which is shocking to me. Maybe more than 10 years old, whatever the Necron refresh was, so maybe 15-year-old kit. But yeah, they made a new sprue for this kit that's more than 10 years old, which is very shocking to me. But yeah, I mean the immortal guy looks cool. The death marks I think have different eyes or heads. Yeah, I'm really curious what that cryptech is, where he's from. But But yeah, I digress.
I'm telling you, he's new. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure he's new. I don't think I've
Yeah,
ever seen a cryptech like that.
yeah. Yeah, maybe they did make a new cryptech called an Apprentech. The actual cryptech, that guy is not new. That's an existing model.
Yeah, the one on the scarab. That is an old. I have that
Yeah.
model. But yeah, I was hoping they'd do a little bit more for the Necrons, but whatever. Couple of different head options, a new cryptech, and everything else is pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Guard definitely went off on this trade, so there's that. And so that's the kill team. Speaking of this kill team, moving on to the next story, which is our Sunday preview. You can actually go ahead and get this kill team now. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
this weekend.
Yeah, this is a really quick turnaround. This is one of the few times they've done this before, but it's really quick that they announce something and it's pre-order immediately. And even more shocking, lots of shocking stuff here. Even more shocking because it's been a little over like around a month since the last box came out, and typically they're 3 4 months apart. So this is a quick turnaround. Now, my buddy Donnie mentioned that maybe the first box was the launch of the season, and now these are the quarterly boxes start with this one. So maybe that's possible, because we have 2 more boxes coming out after this, and those will be out. They said one per quarter, so maybe that'll be later on. But this is cheaper than the other boxes. It does not come with a rule book.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
I would
which
like it
makes
to be
it more
cheaper.
attractive to me because they're attractive to me because I already have a rule book. So I'm definitely picking this up.
Mm-hmm. Getting that. Dice, of course. Or
Lame.
whatever. I mean, they're not. It's not a boring plain orange color, but
But it just doesn't match the faction. If it was Kill Team, the Kill Team logo, and this were Kill Team dice, it'd be way cooler. But I don't. The guard in orange and Necrons in orange don't really click with me.
I agree. Moving on from that, got the cards, of course.
So there's actually not data cards; they're literal playing cards that are Kill Team themed.
Oh,
Super random.
well, okay then.
And I thought they were data cards first, and I saw like a Reddit post saying like, "Hey, are these data cards or playing cards?" And people are like, "Oh no, they're actually playing cards."
Yep, these playing cards are great for fast-paced skirmish games. All right then. Moving on. Titanicus getting their match play guidebook.
Yeah, I am not picking this up because I don't play enough Titanicus to want new scenarios. But this is great because I wish 30K would get this, and this coming out gives me hope that 30K will get this because, as I keep mentioning to everyone who plays 30K with me or listens to my rants, 30K missions are terrible, and they need more missions. There's one good mission, and the rest, maybe there's 2 good missions. The rest are just variations of kill points.
Hey man, that's 1/3. It's
Gosh,
33% of the missions are
30%
good.
are good. The rest are just terrible.
It's almost passing.
Almost passing. But yeah, I hope 30K gets this, and AT getting this is a good sign because that means they're willing to make something like this. So
Yep. Well, we got that. We got some gun upgrades for the
yep,
Warlord
these are
Titan.
previewed before, finally coming up.
Yeah, I feel like we talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah,
The Reaver Titan getting his gun. The Warhound Titan getting his Gravitar. Middle Earth. We're getting some Boromir.
yep.
God, that model did not age well.
Yep.
Black Root Commander. Got LND and Idris is
Uldor.
yes, Isildor.
Apparently, these guys are in the Amazon show, so I guess it's a tie-in.
I didn't know that. I haven't watched the show.
Me neither.
We got
Someone just pointed out that they're in the show.
we got the Herodrome coming back. The Mahod King. The Riders. The Warriors. And that's pretty much it. Kind of just skipped over them because they're all just old kits.
Yeah.
Nothing really new. Just kind of bringing them back. Now I saw my group talking about this. The Citadel tools.
Yeah, $50 for these. No, thank you. Well, I shouldn't speak so soon. These aren't the first expensive cutters. I have seen Gundam cutters that are like $90, but they're really good and are worth $90. Are these worth $50? I don't know. They may be. They may not be. The current GW clippers are pretty pricey for what they do, but they have lasted longer. Like if you just don't do any tool aftercare, they will last you, but if you take care of your tools, those cheaper nippers you can get from other hobby companies will last you. So yeah, I don't know if this is worth it or not. I need to wait for some reviews.
$50 is pretty steep.
Yeah.
Got the mold line remover. Is that also gonna be $50?
This one is I had the article open, but I closed it with the prices.
Get it right here. Prices.
Those are gonna be 25. Ooh, the last one. I remember getting some of these for 15, the old one. So I might like this tool. But if you're new to the hobby, I definitely recommend this for cleaning mold lines as opposed to a hobby knife. Hobby knife is way cheaper, but it does require to be honest, some skill. But if you're willing to learn that skill and put the time in to learn it, it is worth it. Is better, but especially for our younger hobbyists, this would be a good tool if you want to clean your models.
Oh, there you go. I just call it extra detail, but some people clean theirs. We got the hobby knife, so the
Yep.
X-Acto blade right there.
Yep. And the drill.
And the drill. It's got this weird crystal design into it.
Yeah. I'm sure these are more ergonomically designed for your hand somehow in the way that basic drills are, but is that worth the price? I don't know.
And what is the price of the drill and the knife?
They're both 35. I think one of them's 34, but yeah, they're around 34, 35.
Whew. Price is so steep. Better hope they're good quality.
Yeah.
And then we got the NYX White Dwarf showing off some orcs for some reason. Let's see. What are we getting in? New Necrons of Down. When we did. Nothing too eye-catching. Moving on to the books. War of the Fang. Let's see. Magnus Red and Fenris claim vengeance on the Space Wolves of attack on Prospero. You know anything about this book?
It's by Chris Raitt, and Chris Raitt is a great author, so it's probably good.
Probably good. All right.
Yeah, I think this is the one where Magnus invades Fenris. But Chris Raitt is a great author, so it's probably gonna be good.
It is when he comes and invades Fenris. All right. Well, we got that. We got Void King becoming digital and paperback and Audible. Ride Dark, same treatment. Twice Dead King Rain, softback, which strange. It's already an Audible, so I'm surprised it's already. It's just getting a paperback now.
Yeah, it's getting a paperback because it used to be in hardback.
More books becoming French release, more books becoming German release. And then we got Warhammer Plus, giving us lore masters on the Dark Angels Legion, meaning that the Lion is coming back soon. That's pretty much it in terms of the Warhammer Plus news. Though they were selling their Warhammer Plus on their website during Warhammer Fest Day, and still now. Got me really excited because it had the models next to it, and I'm like, oh, they're selling the models individually. That's kind of stupid. And then it says this model plus the Warhammer Plus subscription. I'm like, oh, darn. At least I read it before making a purchase.
Right.
But yeah, there we go. Got that. Speaking of Warhammer Fest, did you get that Black Templar?
I did not. I think I'll wait for him because I see a lot of these limited edition models at random game stores I go to, and sometimes they discount them because no one's buying them. So I'll just wait. No rush for him.
No rush. Sounds like a plan. And that's it for that. Moving on to Heresy Thursday. We got
Yes.
how do you say his name? Crowsor?
Forswain.
Forswain?
Forswain.
The legendary hero with the sword called the Blade.
Yeah, I think he's the only Space Marine who has successfully stabbed a Primarch in the Heresy. I think.
In the Heresy.
Yes, in lore. I mean, in the tabletop, Sigismund beats some Primarchs. I think he beats Lorgar. But in the lore, Corsair is the only non-Primarch to successfully stab. Actually, no, there's that one Imperial Army elite guy, like quasi-assassin that stabs Alfarius. But
did he stab Alfarius though?
He did stab Alfarius. It was absolutely Alfarius because Omegon was in a different scene. So, besides that guy, and that one Davenite demon stabbing Horus. So let's just be specific. The only Space Marine to stab a Primarch is this dude in the Heresy.
I see.
He's a badass. If you want to learn more about him, read the short story or the novella Savage Weapons by Aaron Dembski Bowden, featuring this character. He is a beast. He is also in Terra. He comes in with a force of dark angels to recapture the Astronomicon from the Emperor's children, which is instrumental in Guilliman coming back.
Well, model-wise, I like how he's designed.
Yes. He looks amazing.
And
it's generic enough for it's not too blinged out, but it's still unique. Sorry, you were saying?
I said I prefer the helmeted design, of course. Yeah. Though his unhelmeted design is not bad.
Yeah, the face is actually all sculpted. Maybe it's also just well painted.
It's definitely because it's well painted. But as someone who can't paint faces, yeah, the helmeted is what I would choose. And it's just a great model.
Yeah.
I just hate the fact that it's going to be Forge World resin.
Yes, unfortunately.
They really just make your quality stuff better. Just go to Plastic Forge World, please. Please.
Yeah, I might pick this guy up just to paint him because I've liked this character for a long time, and he finally has a model. I mean, he's my favorite Dark Angel character, straight up.
It's not the Lion. He's not your favorite
Dark Angel character.
Is cooler
than the Lion, easily. And I like the Lion already, but this guy is way cooler than the Lion.
Sounds like Heresy to me. Sounds like a fallen brother.
So okay, I didn't say Luther. Luther sucks. I mean, the Lion's cool. It just kind of does dumb things sometimes. Like, I don't know. Read the Heresy, but he does some silly stuff. This guy is cool, but the Lion does some really cool things too.
You would hope so. He is a Primarch.
Yeah.
Oh, moving on from Heresy Thursday, we go to Meta Watch. So I don't really usually bring up the Meta Watch. I usually kind of ignore it. But I thought this one particularly caught my eye. Now, did you have a chance to read this article?
I did. Seems way better than the other MetaWatch articles.
Yes, and that is why we're talking about it. So this is pretty much talking about the balanced design of the arm, not in great details, like in overall, the design and what they're looking for in making a balanced army. Obviously, they want a 50% win rate with most armies, with a 5% margin of error. And that's how they try to make their game balanced.
Right.
So that's their goal. That's what they're planning. So the other interesting thing that they showed off was a chart of a win rate percentage, just to see where everyone stands. And I think, no surprise, Tyranids and Harlequins up at the top. But I was surprised to see where some of the other armies placed here. The Mighty Eldari only at 48%. The, what is it? Mechanicus at the bottom. Astartes also at the bottom. But they had also some good points to make. Obviously, for the Astartes, for instance, you know, it's everyone's first army. So, of course, the win rate is a lot lower than expected.
Yeah, that's some good analysis from Games Workshop there.
So, you know, obviously that army is going to be skewed a little bit. So will Space Marine, would normal Astartes be buffed? Probably not. I think, honestly, they're pretty okay where they are. But it definitely means Army Mechanicus would definitely be getting a buff sooner or later. Seeing how they're not in that 5% margin of error. And I have no idea how they plan to tone down Harlequin / Tyranids. And obviously Votann wasn't on here because they haven't had enough data. As you can see, Imperial Guard. I'm trying to find them. They're on here with a pretty good win rate in terms of the meta right now. I can't find it. 45%. So, you know, they're in that 5% margin of error. But who knows what is going to happen when their book comes out. They could be the next broken thing. But honestly, I would read this article. Again, it doesn't give too much of a detail, but it gets you more into the mindset on what GW is trying to accomplish.
Right. And again, the fact of doing this is already a step in the right direction.
Yeah. Well, that's what they want. They want to make the game balanced and fun for everyone. Because as you've mentioned, the competitive scene is more of a minority, a loud minority.
Yeah.
But usually the loud minorities are somehow the most heard. So that's usually, they're probably taking a lot of input from there. So I applaud GW for giving us insight. They said they're going to go over a bit more stuff in the next Meta Watch, so we're going to have to wait a week for that. But I'll see if that's articles even worth talking about. So, as a casual player, how do you feel about? What do you think about all this?
I mean, I think I touched on it a few episodes ago where it's good that they're looking at balance, but I don't think it's good for the game if you balance it at the rate video games are balanced. Like if you know, I mean, I think the rate they're balancing, which is the quarterly updates, that's fine, right? That's good. I don't think it should be any sooner than that. Like, I don't think we should see like a balance update every month or every 2 months. I think 4 times a year is the most the Games Workshop should do. And the fact that they're collecting the data and showing that they're doing something with the data to influence the balance updates, I think is a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm. Well, they said that giving the Nephilim battle points for free was a huge help in collecting their data. So
Yep.
it sounds like that system might be staying in place, which, as John said, a step in the right direction. I don't think we should have to buy books every update to see a unit go from 1 point to 3 points. I think it's really stupid, but there we go. They're gonna keep it for free. Thank God. This is truly the beginning of the end of an era for GW. Making stuff free for us.
Mhm.
But other than that, we'll have to see what they're gonna do next episode, or not episode, article, because I think they said they're gonna be talking about scenarios. No, sorry, balanced data sheets is what they're gonna be talking about next week. So I'll have to wait and see. Moving on to the next thing here. We got Warcry. We got another Warcry unit, and we got the elusive skinks. Jungle
Yeah,
skinks.
yeah. I mean, nothing too special about them. They're cool, but for me, the one thing that this tells me is that they are going to be releasing a Seraphon warband, which is great. That makes me happy. Because Seraphon are cool. HD Seraphon, even better.
I don't know, the skins kind of look ugly to me. Not gonna lie, Chief.
I mean, yeah, they are ugly because they're skinks, but they're HD ugly,
They're
which is the good
HD
part.
ugly, okay.
Yes, you got to be HD ugly.
If you're gonna be ugly, at least be HD. So moving on from that, not too much to talk about that. We got another new model here for Cadia. We got a commissar, 2 different commissars, and a Ogren commissar looking guy. Obviously just a bodyguard, but technically we got 3 new models out of this preview.
Yeah, the new HQ is cool.
It's gonna be slowly just drip feeding. We still have not seen the new tank that has been rumored so far. So it's coming.
I don't think is the Ogre new. I don't think he's new.
I don't think I've ever seen that Ogre before.
No, it's not new. It's that's an option you can make from the Ogren kit. People just never take that guy. I remember talking to someone about this. Nork Dead Dog.
Nor Dead Dog.
Yep.
Okay then. I guess that makes sense. Ogrins were never really taken. The
Yeah.
Bullygrins were always taken because
Yeah.
their survivability, but Ogrins not really seen. Alright then. That is it. That is all the Warhammer articles that we have.
Yeah.
It's quite a lot. There's also something that happened last weekend. I don't know if you were aware of it.
What's up?
Probably not, because I know you're not too big into the Magic scene, but the Magic cards did come out.
Oh, funny story about that.
Oh yeah?
So I randomly got it.
You randomly got it.
So I was at a game store playing 30K, and when I was paying the table fee, I saw the Chaos one. I'm like, "Hey, is that for sale?" And the girl at the register was like, "Yeah, it's our last one." I'm like, "I'm buying it," because apparently my buddy told me that it's like sold out everywhere online.
Hmm.
So I was like, "All right, I'll grab it. Yeah, might as well."
Yeah, the one place I called, they had them for sale, and then when I walked in, an hour after they had sold it, I was like, missed out. I bought it online because I have a friend who's big into Magic, so he knows the websites to go to buy stuff. So I was able to procure a Necron deck, but obviously I'll have to wait a little bit longer till I get it. But yeah, they sold out fast, which makes sense.
Hmm.
It's gonna be one of those things that you see online on eBay and Amazon for way way marked up prices.
Yeah, actually, I haven't opened mine yet, just in case.
Just in case you want to sell
Yep,
that golden goose.
just in case.
Yeah, so that's what happened. I was kind of shocked because out of all the articles I picked out today, not one mention of it. Not even like a little blurb.
Yeah, it's out.
Yeah, you think they would have mentioned it at the Warhammer Fest, whatever video that they were doing. You could have just been like, "Hey, yeah, the thing's out." I mean, I know it's a Magic thing, but I would assume they're getting a little bit of the kickback
Right.
from those sales. They didn't have to say you buy it at your local Warhammer store, but I'm surprised they didn't shout it out. But yeah, there is that. And then I guess a hobby rant. What have we been up to?
Oh man, I had a busy week last week. Played like 5 games of different games. Played a 1,000 point 30K game. That was fun. Got destroyed in melee by rule leaders, but it was fun. Great guy I played with. Thursday played a 3,000 point 30K game against an Iron Wars player and kind of just smashed. I played my Mechanicum list and just deleted a Land Raider turn one and killed the entire Terminator squad minus the Praetor that popped out. Killed both of his Laser Vindicators turn one. Crippled his Typhon Super Heavy turn one. And I think killed a Rhino turn one. So yeah, lots of turn one devastation with my Mechanicum. But it was a fun game. I got another cool guy I met, and always gonna play more 30K. Saturday played my buddy again with Mechanicum, secured the win, blew up his tank again turn one. Don't you miss that 7th edition? Blowing up a tank turn like a 400 point tank turn one. Great stuff.
I miss it. I mean, I can still do that.
No, with one shot.
Oh, with one shot, yes, I
Yeah.
do miss that.
Vehicle damage table. So yeah. Freaking armor bane strength 10 AP1. It's like, yo, your armor 15. I don't care. I'm armor bane.
Vehicle damage.
Oh,
I don't know what that means when I had wraith cannons just
oh,
sucking
there
me
you
into
go.
the warp.
There you go. But yeah, played, so that's 3 30K games, and on Sunday I played 2 Star Wars Legion games at Geeky Tees in Burbank for their Star Wars Legion hangout day.
Hmm.
Dropped had Bane twice, won twice. That was super fun. And
Nice.
yeah, lots of gaming last week. Probably not much as much this week. I got a pretty busy week this week, and probably not much gaming. But we'll see. Who knows?
Yeah, for me, not much. I actually no gaming actually. But I forgot to mention this like the last two podcasts. But I have started back up the Horus Heresy.
Oh,
Yeah, I started going back. I went back to the first book because it's been a while since I read it. So I'm going back to the Horus Heresy. And I'm gonna try
okay.
to catch up to the end. That's the plan. So wish me luck on that, because I know I got like 80 books to go through. Obviously, not all of them are recommended reads, from what I understand. But
First,
yeah.
again, cut off a bit.
Oh, I said, I'm gonna try to get through all of them all, even though I know a lot of them are not recommended reads.
Yeah, I mean, pick the. Just ask me what to read. I'll tell you what the good ones are because I've read most of them.
Yeah, that's the plan. I plan on reading like the first 4 books, and then after that I skip.
And go from there.
So yeah, started to back that up. And then I kind of went back into another little hobby, just because I was a little bored. I kind of went back into Gunpla.
Oh, what did you get?
I got me a Leo mobile suit. If you know the Gundam Wing series, they're the basic unit that gets sneezed on and dies.
I have a tall geese in front of me.
And I got a Zaku Mark II, another basic enemy mobile suit, and then I got the Sandrock Gundam from Gundam Wing.
Yeah, those are some quality kits because for a while I was really. I mean, I still do some gunpla, but for a while I was really hardcore doing research to make sure I get good kits. And yeah, those kits you mentioned were all very well reviewed kits.
Yeah, 2 of them were high grade, and the Zaku was high grade.
Yeah.
I mean, real grade.
Oh yeah.
So, because I know high grade is like a low standard in building terms.
Yeah, less detail, but a lot of the high grade, especially honestly for high grade, if it's a newer kit like 2019 and older, they're pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just wanted something easy to build and
Yeah.
something I don't have to paint. So I got into that again. So I'll build those and I'll send some pictures. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done. I haven't touched any Warhammer. Didn't touch any Star Wars Legion. Just relaxing, really.
Hey, it's still the hobby hype, so
We're getting to the seasons. So hobby hype will be coming up very strong.
yes.
Definitely a lot of 40k as LVO starts approaching closer and closer.
There you go.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. So just gotta get through Horus Heresy. Gotta catch up. I gotta be there at the end. So I can be in the know of the hype. Or the hype that I hope that is gonna be. And not a disappointment like Game of Thrones Season 8. Alright then, well, you got anything else you want to add before we close up here?
I think that's it.
Alright then, I'd like to thank everyone else who made it to the end. And you know what? We'll see you next time.
Later, everyone.